Thank you. Mr Speaker.
Call Barbara Stewart.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. On behalf of New Zealand First, I rise to support the Sentencing Aggravating Factors Amendment Bill. It is absolutely essential, Mr Speaker, that our police officers and our prison officers and other staff who work in related roles to these areas are safe and as safe as possible in their workplace, and that any offence that is committed against them will be taken into account at sentencing. The government and the courts must take this seriously. Any workplace safety issue is viewed very, very seriously, and the same must apply here. We do not like to hear that the number of assaults on police officers and prison officers is increasing at the rate that it has done. Figures suggest 33% over the 2004 to 2009 period. But it does raise a number of questions, Mr Speaker. Will the amendment make any difference? And we are saying, hopefully it will, because it is highlighting the issue to the public. But we ask, what about the other related areas? For example, the mental health workers, the doctors, the psychologists that are employed in the prison service. They are not in uniform, but they do need protection. And this could be one area, this could be one bill where they actually are provided that protection. And we would gladly support an amendment to that effect. Training is another area that actually makes us question what is happening in that area. We need to ensure that the police and the corrections staff have the best training that they possibly can. It needs to be robust, it needs to be vigorous, and it should be good enough to equip them to carry out their roles in the safest possible manner. If there's been this increase in assaults on police and corrections officers, then that should be good reason to ensure that recruitment, police recruitment, corrections recruitment is not being deferred, and that the numbers of these people in this service remain high. And we will be looking very carefully at the figures over the next wee while to ensure that they actually are.
Bring back Longmire.
We will. We are bringing back a strong law and order focus, and we will be looking very closely at these bills that the government is actually pushing through, passing, to ensure that they do meet the criteria of our particular law and order policy. New Zealand First has always prided itself on the strong stance it's taken in the law and order area, and we will be continuing to do that, and we'll be supporting appropriate legislation in this area. So at this point in time, Mr Speaker, I know that the time is nearly up. I'd say that New Zealand First will support the second reading of the Sentencing Aggregating Factors Amendment Bill. Thank you.
Call Jackie Dean.